Has God called you to do something very hard? In today's video, we're going to look at the prophet Hosea, and what God asked him to do is out of this world. And guess what? We have a lot of lessons to learn from the old prophet. I'll see you in the video. Welcome to my channel. This is where you have lots of devotionals, Bible studies, and encouragement through your faith walk. Now, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you soon. Hello, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Ifeoma Samuel. I'm excited that you are here. We've been going through the word, and this is our day 97, where we get to study all about Hosea. So we're looking at the book of Hosea, chapter 1, all the way to Hosea chapter 4. The theme of our discussion today is when God calls you to do the hard things. I always say that the life of ministry is not for the faint-hearted. The life of ministry is hard, and it's important. It is very important that we pray for ministers, pray for pastors that God has raised up, to encourage us, especially those that are genuine, okay? Those that are real, true men of God and women of God that are doing their own bit, laboring in God's kingdom. There is a lot of sacrifice that goes on behind the scenes, and most of which they are not able to share with the whole congregation. They're not able to share with you. Having said that, let's look at Hosea, Hosea chapter, if you go to Hosea chapter 1, verse 2, this is where God gives him the hard instruction. He says, "And the beginning of the word the word of the Lord by Hosea, and the Lord said to Hosea, Go and take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and the children of whoredoms, for the land has committed great whoredom," that's whoredom, departing from the Lord. There's a lot of whoredom going on, a lot of whorish behavior, adultery, idolatry, all of that profanity. And God says to the prophet, go and marry a wife. Go marry, not just a wife, go marry a whore. And not only that, she's going to give birth for you. This is very hard. This, I tell you, is hard. Why would God raise this, why would God give him that kind of an instruction? God uses the hard things that he tells us to do to teach his people. God uses the hard things that he tells us to do to bring people to Christ. He uses those very difficult journeys, those very hard parts of our lives, to bring people to God, okay, to bring and draw people to himself. When his daughter gives, when his wife puts to bed, because the first child is Jezreel, then the next one is Loruhama, then the next one Loami, and all of them had names, and each of the names were specific in detailing the situation of Israel at that time. So the names were not just random. The names were given in order to be a warning, to be a sign to God's people. Hosea marries the whore and gives birth to 1, 2, 3 of the kids. You can see that, see more of it. Hosea chapter 2, again, the message of harlotry and idolatry, representing there are a lot of things that representing the kids, okay, representing the Hosea's personal journey. Now, Hosea's personal journey was tied to his message, to the assignment that God had for him. Again, ministry is not for the faint-hearted. Really, it's not. I totally would say that. Hosea chapter 3, we see God telling him, oh, go take another harlot, okay, representing judgment, what he's going to do. If you read all of that, he said afterward, he's just going to, yes, God said, you know what, afterward, the children of Israel, that's in verse 5, they will return, they will seek me as their God, and David their king, and they shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the later day. So again, God is particular about what we do as ministers. Many of the journey or the journey that we take are for God to use to draw his people to him. If you look at Ephraim is joined to idols. Hosea chapter 4 verse 17. Israel struggles with backsliding. The people lack understanding generally of where and who they are. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also reject you. And that there shall be no priest to see me. Thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of the Lord, I also have forgotten thy children. God forbid that God forgets us. For it's important that we know and we remember God for every time and every season. This is just a wake-up call. I love the book of Hosea, and it reminds me, as a person who serves in ministry, to remember that we're not called to an easy life. We are called to give up ourselves for Him. We're called to serve Him with the whole of our heart. And God help us all to stand straight. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me here. If you're a minister, be encouraged. If you love your pastor, you have a loving family, church family, please put them up in prayer. Okay, put them up in prayer. Okay, thank you. Pray for me and I pray for you. All right, take care. God bless you. Thank you.